UFC full card breakdown 319. Not really a breakdown, just a media reaction, seeing the thoughts, seeing what's up. For me, let's get it. Tim Elliott v Kai Asakura. Tim Elliott submission. Kai Asakura has a big grappling hole in his game. He is just a newcomer from another organisation. I don't expect too much of him, you know. It does make the Pantoja win age a little worse, I will say. Pantoja, like an Asakura name on Pantoja's resume, does not look as good, but that's fine, I guess, for me. Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. MVP, typical point fighting karate style, dancing around, 6 strikes around, that type of stuff. You know yourself. Decent get-ups. He has such an elusive, hard to figure out style. I think it'll be really hard for anyone who's not a exceptional wrestler or a good wrestler or a grappler to stop him. And you need to also have the ability to hold him down too. I don't think anybody beats him on the feet. Just his range, length, speed, timing. You can never time this guy. He's in and out. Blitz like that. So Jeff Neal, Carlos Praches. This guy, bro. Praches is so cold. Obviously, just Max Holloway maxing. maxing. Banger first round, man. This was set to be a war. Jeff Neal, great boxer. Great pure boxing, like I said. You know, he's got very good boxing close. And that was the story of his game. Praches' game, the story of that was just his knees, vicious hooks, really good low kicks, calf kicks, investing early if needed, vicious knees to the body, knees to the head, unorthodox strikes, very good footwork, very good movement, and a great knockout. Beautifully timed spinning elbow as well. Timed to perfection. Bro, I thought he slimed Jeff Neal out. I thought he slimed him. I thought he absolutely cooked him. Like, Neal was on the floor doing the Oliveira animation. The Oliveira KO animation. You know what I'm talking about, the Oliveira getting knocked out after Ilia Topuria. That animation. And he was brazen. He was brazen off it, but amazing performance, you know. Praches is such a good striker. Defensively could be slightly better, but offensively, power, shot selection, timing, volume is not bad at all for a sniper style of striker. He throws good volume for those sniper styles. Amazing calf kicks, vicious knees to the body, knees to the head. He attempted a few. I don't think he landed any clean. Great performance from Praches. 5 of the night bonus. Last second of the round, just knocking him out stiff. And yeah, man, I feel for Jeff, but brilliant performance from Carlos Praches. This really makes you think, how good is Ian Gary? Like, Ian Gary, not only did he out-grapple him, he outstruck him. He outpointed him on the feet. He avoided the danger for the most part, apart from that round 5. So, it just goes to show how much of a technical maestro Ian Gary is. I thought Praches was going to knock Ian Gary out, but, you know, I'm happy for the lad. He's doing great. Great work from Praches. Lerone, bro. Lerone Murphy, bro. Lerone. Bro, I needed this shit, man. I needed this shit. I made a whole video saying how Aaron Pico is not just going to get beat, he was going to get fraud checked. Fraud checked. And did he? Not really, man. He looked great. Like, he looked insanely good out there. Lerone was, for the most part, on the back foot, trying to implement his game, circling. He's one of those Leon Edwards type strikers. He's like a Leon, you know, long, rangy, kicking his way, does his best work, skirting around on the back foot, kicking range. Aaron Pico looked like a world beater out there. He had insane wrestling, first of all. The way he was getting to Lerone's hips, setting up the double legs was really good. Having said that, Lerone did get up very easily, so that's a good thing. I made a whole video about this, by the way. Lerone got up easily. Aaron Pico had some insane boxing combinations, man. Very underrated. I feel like it's gonna get overshadowed how decent he looked out there just because Lerone KO'd him, which is fair enough. But Aaron had good boxing, good left hooks, good body shots, really stepping into shots. I said it. He reminded me of a Ilia Topuria type of striker, like an Ilia. Do you know what I mean? Front foot movement, hooks, Thai boxing, but it was never enough, man. At the end of the day, Lerone got it done. He capitalized because Aaron Pico was stepping in a little recklessly at times. High guard, but stepping in, not timing his blitzes too much. Mostly just stepping in for the sake of it, to land some pressure shots, I guess. Lerone timed that beautifully. He stepped to the side, amazing spinning elbow, and that really just sealed the deal. And he colded Aaron. That was another Oliveira animation. 2 spinning back fists in the same night. So he colded him out straight as well, man. That was crazy. Pico was just folded the moment that elbow landed, which is great. You know, Lerone, Volk next. Maybe he'll fight the winner of Volk if Volk fights Evloev. Big things in store. Round 1 KO, really getting his name out there. Short notice. This could not have gone any better for Lerone Murphy. So that was a dream outcome for him. Fraud checks Aaron Pico. Another one bites the dust. First patchy mix, now him. Who's the next one going to be? Let's get it. And now it's time for your main event of the evening. Boys, this was a bad one. This was terrible. Bro, Triggers, bro. This guy, fam. This guy at the end of every round smiling. You'd think, like, by the way this guy was reacting after every round, you'd think that he must have been dominating Chimaev out there, no? You'd think he just dropped Chimaev and landed up 10 TKO follow shots, and Chimaev had just been saved by the bell. That's what you would have thought if you just saw Dricus' reactions. Bro, this guy, he, when it was time to lock in, round 4, still did that. Nah, I got this, I'll knock him out. This guy went in there, about 40 seconds in, got sniped out cold, taken down. This was, I don't really think this was a fight. This was more of a humping session. You know, Chimaev is the best humper in UFC history. You know, the humping this guy does, the sensuality of this as well was crazy. He daddied Dricus out there, bro. He big brothered him, which is very rare to see. Dricus did not do as he pleases in this one as well. So you know yourself. This was bad, bro. This is not good. Went in there every single round within about 20-30 seconds. KHAMZAT already had dominant position secured. About 2 or 3 of those 5 rounds, he'd have a crucifix, and then Dricus was over from there. 529 fucking strikes. 529 strikes. Obviously, they were all on the ground, so you know yourself. But the whole fight was on the ground. I think about 22 minutes of this fight must have been on the ground. 21 minutes, 22 minutes. Or at least, KHAMZAT must have had at least 23 minutes of control time. At the end, Dricus did surprise me though. He shows capability, you know. He reversed Chimaev, but maybe, I'm not going to say he was gassed, but maybe Chimaev made a few mistakes towards the end, or maybe Dricus just is that good, or KHAMZAT didn't have that same explosiveness. Regardless, best grappler UFC history by far, and it's not even close. Most well-rounded grappler in UFC history, best grappler in UFC history, my middleweight GOAT as well, if you look at his resume. And it's insane, man. Very disappointing main event. I was expecting motherfucking World War 3 in this bitch, bro. I was expecting King Von v fucking Quano Rano in this bitch, shorty. Chicago as well, bro. I was expecting GDK, bro. I was expecting 5 rounds of fucking war. 48-47, split decision. Both of their faces are fucking mangled, but it is what it is, man. You know yourself. I have to hold my head up. I was wrong. My prediction was wrong. I was wrong in every sense of the word. My analysis was okay. I made a lot of assumptions, which they were just wrong. You know, I have to put my head up. I was wrong. Chimaev's cardio is fine, good even. He's got good cardio. It's decent. He made Dricus work harder than him every minute, every round. Have to hold my head up. Is what it is, man. Chimaev, I don't see anyone stopping him. Or unless they have a very good grappling background, mixed with very clean striking. Another thing, we don't know about Khamzat's striking yet, man. We don't know about it. We don't know how it looks. So that's another mystery about him. But one thing we do know now for sure is that he can keep up an world-class level of grappling for 5 rounds. And that's unstoppable. If you can't stop his wrestling, if you can't stop the takedowns, which who can? And Khamzat Chimaev can do this for 5 rounds. Logically, there's nobody on earth that could beat him. Nobody. He'd win every fight with ease. Also, in the very brief moments, or moment, should I say, of Dricus standing up, he was hesitant on the feet, which I don't blame him. He was scared to let go, you know. V Strickland, V Izzy, he had a lot of different tendencies than V Chimaev. For the brief seconds that he was standing up, he was hesitant to throw, which is obvious, you know. Khamzat can get to your legs at any time, and then the whole round's done for. That's the thing with these types of grapplers, man. All they need is one takedown, one back take, one body triangle, one hands locked around the hips, one hands locked 50-50, anything of that, and the whole round's over, just because you cannot escape. That's the thing, man. That's why Chimaev's so unstoppable. But yes, guys, that has been UFC 319. A very good card. A bit of a lackluster main event. I can't blame anybody though. It was all good. Good main event. Good performance, I guess. I don't know how. Lauren Murphy, great. Jeff Neal, great. MVP, great. 2 spinning back fists in the same night. It's a nice card, man. Let's see what's next for all these guys.